I've noticed that being an entrepreneur, especially in like romantic relationships, it can be really tough. I'm a single guy, you're a single guy. Like it can be really tough to make new relationships. In the beginning, it can be really easy because like they see this person like striving for great things and like really about their stuff. But like over time, it's like, well, hold up. You're working too hard on that. You're not paying enough attention to me. And that's warranted.
Yeah.
But also like, how do you manage like trying to have personal romantic relationships or even just personal friendships where the people that you're with don't feel like they're less than, they're not getting your attention because you have so much invested in these companies?
Yeah, I might be both the right and wrong guy to ask this question. So I've certainly experienced this. To be completely honest, I would say almost all of my relationships have had that as the major point of conflict.
Same.
And I get it. I love passionate people as friends, romantically. I love it when someone's eyes light up talking about something. It doesn't even have to be what I'm interested in. I just love that passion. I love it when people care about something. And I think sometimes, people I date, they'll love that about me initially, right? Like that's a sexy quality, someone who wants to change the world. But it's less sexy when they're saying, hey, me and all our friends are going out. Like, can you come by? And it's Wednesday night and I'm in the office until 10:30. And I'm not trying to romanticize that, but it's one of those things that like, sometimes you just have to put the work in. And for me, it's difficult because this is kind of, I feel the standard thing that happens with me is I'll kind of slowly get into this relationship and slowly that's taking a lot more time because I care about the person, right?
Yep.
And I want to spend time with them. But I also have this whole other life, this business life and responsibilities and people that I need to take care of. If this thing goes down, it's not just me, it's everyone who's on the ship with me. And it really stresses me out. It becomes this thing that I sort of feel myself being stretched. And the anxiety starts to build in me a little bit where, I'm saying spending time with this person and then back to work, spending time with this person. How do you manage that? I try and set expectations. I am, I guess, not very good at it. I most of the time I usually say like, hey, I'm not even sure I can be in a relationship right now. Like I try and say that
That's good.
right at the outright.
That's good.
But I'm also weak. And, I kind of fall into that. And then a lot of times will become a point of conflict. I try and make time. This point in my, like, I was involved with someone like reasonably recently and, great girl, a lot of fun. She's going out every other night with her friends. And I don't think she's angry that I can't make it, but I think at some point it starts to become, like, does this person care about me?
Yeah.
And it's not her fault. It's not my fault. It's just one of those things that sometimes the timing or the fit just isn't right. I joke with my friends sometimes that I need a long distance girlfriend, like maybe someone in like med school or something who has zero time for me, but it's tricky. And I think all you can do is try and be honest, set expectations, maybe find someone who has a similar schedule to you. But the, of course, irony of that is how are you going to meet that person?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Who's super busy as well. And then for personal relationships, I'm not a huge fan of social media all the time, but I'm also not someone who just uniformly slams social media. I enjoy using, say, Instagram stories to see what my friends are up to. If they have some sweet vacation photos, I'm going to stalk those. I would say something too is just like be really good about reaching out to people. Like if I do something fun, I try and reach out to my friends and invite them.
You do.
And if people invite me, one thing that I've noticed other people doing that I try and do is say, hey, I can't make it, but I am super into it. Invite me next time. Because for me, a lot of times if I invite someone a bunch of times and they're like, I'm not around, I'll kind of like pull back a little bit so I'm not annoying them.
Yeah.
But if I have some friends who I'll invite and they'll say, please keep inviting me. I can't make it, but I really want to go one of these days. That is a good way to keep people in your life. I was reading something a while back. There's something called the Dunbar number.
Okay.
And this is the amount of people that you can really have in your life, in your social circle, kind of like your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
The number is 150 for humans. For primates,
wow.
it
It's
varies,
actually a lot.
right? So it's kind of like a small village, right? So like, let's say back in kind of ancient times, you'd have this village, but once it would get to a certain point, maybe the tribe would split or whatnot, right? And yeah, I'm not saying all of those people need to be your best friends, but maybe including associates, business people, close friends, all of that. Once you get beyond 150, it's tough to not have people drop out.
Yeah.
And so for me, I just try and find really good people. And when I find them, I just try and keep them in my network. And I am annoying them with things like photo shoots and brunches and, stuff like that.
Well, that's how you helped me work on my portfolio.
Yeah,
so,
right? Yeah. Well, that's how you became the successful bowling and brunch model that you are today.
Exactly. That's all I got going for me, myself model wise. But no, I think one really smart thing that you said though was the honesty piece. And I'll take one step further, say being honest with yourself. And then this is coming from my own personal experience of not being honest with myself. So I'm telling my partners, hey, just give me a few more months. Like I'm going to not be working so hard in a few more months. 4 years go by and I'm still working as hard. And so I wasn't being honest with myself. And so I wasn't able to be honest with partners or friends or what have you. So it first starts with being honest with yourself.
That light at the end of the tunnel, right? That kind of like Gatsby-esque thing, right? Where you're like always kind of reaching and never quite getting there. Yeah, it's easy to constantly say, hey, all right, I know it's tough now, but give me 3 months, give me 6 months. I mean, I've absolutely told myself that plenty of times. Again, it's not to glamorize hard work, but sometimes, there's this quote I love where it's like, if you don't sacrifice for what you love becomes what's sacrificed. And there's just windows in time where if you don't put everything you have into something, you could lose it. And I don't want to be 80 years old thinking, hey, what if I had put 100% in? That scares me. Those kinds of regrets are the things that scare me. I feel that way with people. If I meet someone who I really connect with, I'll pursue it. And if I am lucky enough to find kind of a mission that is really important to me, I'll do everything that I can to make sure I don't waste the opportunity I'm so lucky to have.